How are you all? Ready to play? Let's play with this for a moment. All right, so imagine that tomorrow morning you look at your newsfeed on your phone and you see a story that the war in Iran has ended and that all sides are agreeing to a peaceful, mutually satisfying solution. And then, in fact, peace is broken out all over the Middle East. And Jews and Palestinians are agreeing to treat each other with understanding and love and acceptance. And then imagine that the next story you read on your scroll is that our collective nightmare has ended. And a new form of government is emerging that is based in integrity and honesty and human rights and is really here in service of people, of everyone. Yeah? Yeah, imagine. And now imagine that because there's no need for war anymore, then we don't have to pour tens of billions of dollars into defense spending, and we can rechannel that into funding health care for everyone and child care for those who need it. And how about ensuring that no one goes hungry? Okay, all right, so we get our imagination going. Now, let's continue to imagine that CEOs in companies everywhere have agreed to share their enormous wealth with their employees. And that the 1%ers are agreeing they really want to share their enormous profits to fund all college education. That good, right? Okay, let's continue to imagine that industries all over the world have gotten together and decided to significantly reduce greenhouse gases by the end of the year, and that global warming is in fact reversing. Woohoo! All right. Sound good? Yeah. I mean, after reading stories like this, you just may exclaim, well, imagine that. Imagine that. Because if we want to experience even a fraction of that good, we must imagine it first. So yes, we're talking about the power of imagination today. And you know, most of us are really good at imagining the worst, right? We're pretty good at that. But can we imagine the best? Because if we want to experience the best, then we want to imagine the best. So imagination is one of our 12 powers, and it is located here in our forehead, sort of third eye area, right? And this is our power that allows us to see beyond appearances and really begin to see a greater good unfolding for ourselves, to be able to connect with a higher possibility. You know, it's that ability to create something new. It's really a superpower. You know, it allows us to create a new world, new possibilities. So James Dillett Freeman, who wrote our Prayer of Protection, said this about that superpower. He said, imagination is the act, I think we have a slide for it maybe. Imagination is the act or power of forming a mental image of something not present to the senses or never before wholly perceived in reality. A power that frees us from the limitations of our senses. So it's really our ability to create something out of nothing, something wonderful that hasn't been in existence before. So that's the conceiving power of imagination. So let's put up the conceiving. There are three aspects of the power of imagination. The first one is conceiving, right? We must conceive of something. All new things begin with conception. So that is our power to really think about, conceive of the idea first. And the good news is that it's easy. This is part of our natural ability. We had it as children. I love watching children. They'll create an entire storyline. My daughter Juliet used to do this. She would have little stuffed animals and maybe some rocks and maybe some sticks and come up with an entire story and interact with these characters. Kids just do that, right? Entire worlds emerge from their imagination. And that doesn't disappear when we're grown-ups. It just kind of changes form a little bit. Now, some people are really activated, that power of imagination is really very much activated, and they use it to create a new piece of music, or to write a screenplay, or to sculpt something amazing, right? Or to invent something that benefits humankind in some way. We use this power of imagination. Now, unfortunately, some of us use that power of imagination to imagine the worst. It's called worry, and it's definitely fueled by fear. But we can change our minds, right? We can change our minds. We can harness this amazing power to imagine higher possibilities, to really see greater good unfolding in our lives and in the world. It's really that faculty that allows spirit to reveal what can be. To reveal what can be. We human beings, divine beings, having a human experience, we are unique in all of the animals in that we can see other possibilities. We can see beyond our current circumstances. We are not trapped by our current circumstances. We can see and imagine and create new possibilities, right? So we have the ability to release old ways of thinking, old feelings, old beliefs, and step into a new space and glimpse something new. Really, our highest divine potential. We can see that and move forward into it. Now, those of you who are in the Artist Way group, can you see a show of hands how many people are in there? Wow, yeah, a lot of you. Yeah, you have an advantage. You have already started working on this, your creative, imaginative power. You're already doing the work. Yeah, it's a wonderful, I started looking at it again. It reminded me of how fabulous it is, right? And it takes a leap of faith to not only imagine something, but then to bring it forth, to bring it into reality. It takes a leap of faith. It's a little scary sometimes. But when we commit to it, the universe opens up and welcomes it. It affirms it with us. So we always want to remember that when we're a little scary to, that's something new, I've never done that before. It's, the universe is saying, yeah, I'm here with you. I'm here to support you. And so this power of imagination, it's not something that we can just throw a switch and turn it on. It must be invited. It must be invited. And we can invite it when we get into that relaxed, kind of liminal space, or maybe a playful energy. I know for myself, ideas begin to emerge if I'm just hanging out with a group of friends, just relaxed and sharing ideas begin to emerge, right? Or sometimes in that that liminal space when I'm waking up from a dream and, I'm drifting out of sometimes it starts in the dream and then it, comes as I'm waking up and suddenly, oh, it happens in meditation sometimes too. So it's different for everybody. You just want to pay attention, notice what it is for you, and begin to cultivate that. Begin to cultivate that. All right, so let's look at the visioning aspect now of imagination. Visioning, visualize, that's part of it. It's actually in affirmative prayer. Imagination is really an important aspect, an important element of it. So after we have relaxed the physical body in affirmative prayer, relaxed the thinking mind, we've released our attachment to the current circumstances in our life, now we can open to that higher energy. We can open to a different space, that creative, numinous energy where we can experience the presence of the divine. We can experience it around us, within us, and as we continue in affirmative prayer, we know that we, in fact, are an expression of that divine love, that infinite divine love. We're all unique expressions of it. And because we are one with everything it is. Everything this universal divine, whatever you want to call it, God, source energy, creative mind, whatever's true of it is true of us. And so we open to that, we breathe that in, we affirm that reality, we connect with it. Now this is when we move into the realization step of the affirmative prayer. This is when the imagination comes into, okay, my time's up. All right, lovely chimes. All right, so this is when that power of imagination comes in, and we begin to visualize what it is we want to create for ourselves, which really, what we're doing is getting in touch with what's already there and allowing it to emerge. We're never thinking about, imagining something in the future, or it's out there and I have to attract it. No, we're using our power of imagination to create it now. We are creating it now with our power of imagination. So we want to see it in all of its colorful detail, whatever it is. We want to see what color it is. What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What does it sound like? Who's around? So when we do this, we are aligning all levels of our being with this greater good, this higher possibility. We're aligning all levels of our being. All levels of our being are saying yes to it. We're saying yes to it. So I'll be leading a little guided visualization in just a minute. But first, I want to look at the next aspect, is embodying. The last aspect of imagination is to embody. So once we conceive of a new idea and we're visualizing it, now we want to embody it. In other words, we want to be a living expression of it. Be a living expression of this truth that we are seeking to emerge, right? That's seeking to emerge through us. What are the qualities? How can I embody and breathe in the qualities that I am seeking to express more of in my life? So that's kind of the idea of living as if. Living as if you were the person that you are desiring to grow into, whether that's, becoming stronger or more relaxed or vibrantly healthy or more loving or more generous or more abundant. Whatever it is, we want to kind of get into ourselves. It's not just a thinking thing. It's not just a brain thing. We want to breathe it into ourselves and live as if. So, for instance, let's say that you want to have more love in your life. So we want to embody the idea and live into the idea of being a more loving person, right? And look at people who have a lot of love in their lives. What qualities do they have? What qualities can I activate within me and embody that to live into that? Another example might be, let's say you want to become an effective change maker. Let's say you want to make a difference in the world. How do people who make a difference in the world, how are they in the world? What qualities do they embody that I can also, remember, it's all within here. Everything we need is within us. So we just need to find those aspects and activate them. Align ourselves with them, imagine it, embody it, activate it. That's how we activate it. Let's say you want to create more abundance in your life, right? So how are prosperous people being? What qualities can I embrace in that? And I have to tell you a little clue about this is you want to surround yourself in an environment that will reflect that. And there's a lot of things that you can do for free that will expand your consciousness to the abundance that's all around you. Like just even going to the beach and sitting and thinking about how many gallons of water there are in that one ocean that you're looking at. You can't even fathom the trillions, gazillions. The same thing for the grains of sand on the beach. Or you could go walking in a beautiful botanical garden like Duke Gardens or something, and just the amazing variety of plants and flowers, and be surrounded by an abundance of beauty. That kind of gives that sense. Now that sense is being activated. It's alive. Maybe walking through a museum or something, an art museum, and seeing these fabulous paintings around you, some of which, cost millions of dollars, but you get to be with it. It doesn't cost you a cent. You don't have to buy it. You can just be with it. Sit and just spend hours, if you want, with it, and just be in a space of all of this abundance. So the idea is just to identify it and really work on cultivating that quality, whatever it is you want to bring forth in your life. Okay, so, and if, this is a practice, right? It's a practice. You want to spend time daily envisioning it, breathing into it, living into it, being with it, being this magnificent person that you already are. And then we can get together as a group and envision and talk about and be with and activate the qualities of the kind of world that we want to live in, right? The kind of people we want to be and the world that we want to live in. And there will be opportunities this month to do this, and I'll share it like in the announcement. So stay tuned. Don't go away. All right. So I invite you to just sit back. We're going to do a little guided visualization here. Get comfortable. Start taking some deep, cleansing breaths, slow, deep breaths. Slow it down with the breath. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, or just gaze softly down. Become aware of this presence of creativity and intelligence within you. It's that creative intelligence that created the entire universe, created you to express as it. You are one mind, one creative mind. This is your mind. This is your creative power, the same power. Keep breathing. And bring your awareness to your forehead now. Imagine a soft indigo light. Feel it glowing. And as you put your awareness there, it's growing. That light is growing. Imagine that you're standing before a beautiful doorway to a magnificent garden. And above the doorway are written the words, "As a divine being, all things are possible." As a divine being, all things are possible. See it there. Really see it. And when you're ready, take a breath and step into that garden. And in that peaceful, beautiful garden, you see a reflecting pool in front of you. And stand at that reflecting pool. Gaze into it. And as you gaze into that water, it reveals a vision. A vision of your highest possibility. Allow an image to emerge within you of yourself, living greater joy, greater peace, greater love, a sense of purpose, vibrant health. Whatever is your highest possibility. See yourself fully living your divine potential. Notice how you feel. What are the qualities? What are the qualities that you're embodying? Maybe it's confidence. Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's gratitude. Maybe it's connection. See yourself embodying and expressing those qualities. And allow yourself to become it. Allow yourself to become it. Breathe. And allow this feeling of possibility to fill your entire being. And I invite you to silently affirm after me, I am open to it. I am open to it. I welcome it. I welcome it. I become it. I become it. All right. Begin to give thanks for whatever vision came into your mind, whatever qualities you were able to begin to open up to, whatever possibilities you embraced. Giving thanks for this, knowing that you can always return here again and again, whenever you want, to clarify that, to get a sense of it, to get it in your cells. And let's begin to bring our awareness back slowly, stretching your body a little bit, feeling the life coming back into your body. And when you're ready, open your eyes, fully back, fully present. All right, so we're going to end with an affirmation that we'll say together to really anchor this realization in our being. Together, I activate my power of imagination that helps me shape a greater reality. And so it is. Amen.
Hi, it's Reverend Victoria here. I'm at Unity Center of Peace with our house band, Bright Matter.
Hello.
Yeah, and if this video has inspired you or empowered you or opened your heart, opened your consciousness, or even just given you hope, we ask that you support what we're doing here by making a donation today, going to unitychapelhill.org or clicking the link below. And we thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.